The race held at the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya served as a pivotal moment for the Mercedes team. Having encountered difficulties and struggled to keep up with the exceptional performance of the dominant Red Bull team earlier in the season, there now appears to be a ray of hope emerging. This prompts the question, have Mercedes left their somber days in the past? Are they capable of mounting a challenge against Red Bull? Let's delve deeper into these aspects. But before we do that, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button down below if you like all things F1. Alright, now let's get back to the video. The Spanish Grand Prix was a significant moment for Mercedes, given their recent struggles to match Red Bull's dominance and the need for a change in direction. Mercedes worked diligently over the winter to improve their car, aiming to regain their status as a formidable force in Formula 1. However, the early rounds of the season highlighted the gap between Mercedes and Red Bull, with the team now competing with Aston Martin and Ferrari for points. This awakening served as a wake-up call for Mercedes team principal Toto Wolff, who openly acknowledged the necessity for a new design approach, stating that, "I think we just needed the shock at the start of the season to see that this design is not going forward." Recognizing the limited performance gained from their existing approach, the team redoubled their efforts to push forward and explore new possibilities. The race also held immense significance in the 2023 Formula 1 season. It provided insights into the power balance between Verstappen and Perez, showcased Verstappen's dominance with a commanding victory, and widened the gap in the championship standings. Meanwhile, Hamilton and Russell's strong finishes sparked intrigue in the Formula 1 community. The Spanish Grand Prix unveiled a promising upturn for Mercedes. Both Hamilton and Russell expressed optimism regarding the improved performance of the car, indicating a revitalized sense of confidence within the team. Hamilton went as far as describing it as the best the car has been in the past year and a half. Despite a disappointing qualifying session on Friday, George Russell held minimal expectations of securing a podium finish as he geared up for the race on Sunday. However, his perspective swiftly transformed as he hit the track in Barcelona, experiencing a car that flawlessly responded to his every maneuver. When queried about whether a podium finish was on his agenda as he woke up on Monday morning, he openly confessed that, "No, to be honest, but I definitely had confidence we could move forward." The race pace was really strong this weekend with these new updates. I was very disappointed last night with the qualifying result, but I think it's proof that you just need to keep on believing. And today was a new day with new opportunities. I went out there, ticked all the boxes, the car was fast, good overtakes, and a really enjoyable race. The journey to reach the impressive standards set by Red Bull remains quite extensive for the team. Hamilton, reflecting on the race, shared his estimation that Verstappen still had an advantage of up to half a second per lap, both in terms of overall distance and particularly in qualifying for a single lap. Despite the amount of optimism that Mercedes may derive from their performance in the Spanish Grand Prix, the undeniable truth remains that Verstappen and Red Bull emerged victorious, claiming the most coveted trophies. Russell conveyed his perspective by stating, "We're not solely satisfied with P2 and P3. We've got our sights set right at the very top." While the Spanish Grand Prix showcased encouraging indications of progress for Mercedes, the prospect of consistently matching Red Bull's level of performance remains a realistic objective for the future, rather than an immediate accomplishment. Lewis Hamilton, recognizing the significant disparity between the two teams, openly acknowledged this gap by stating, "With the current car that we have, I don't think we'll be matching their performance. They're so far ahead, and ultimately Max will continue to win this year." However, Hamilton subtly hinted at forthcoming advancements that have the potential to narrow the distance between the teams. He remarked, "Something in the pipeline moving forward for the Mercedes car," expressing his hope that by the end of the year, they would be in a stronger position to challenge Red Bull's dominance. In contrast, Max Verstappen remained unperturbed by Mercedes' progress and emphasized the significance of concentrating on their own ongoing improvement. He expressed, "They're improving. But from our side, it's not about being worried. We just have to focus on ourselves and try to keep on improving the car. At the moment, it all looks great, but you can't stand still in this world. Red Bull is well aware that complacency can hinder success, and they refuse to rest on their laurels. While the race in Barcelona brought another triumph for Red Bull, it also marked a significant moment for Mercedes in their pursuit to regain the top spot in Formula One. According to former Formula One driver Ralf Schumacher, Mercedes has the potential to become a thorn in Red Bull's side throughout the 2023 F1 season. With their very young and fresh W14 Challenger, Schumacher believes Mercedes can continue refining their package and gradually close the gap to the dominant Red Bull team. Schumacher, who has competed for Jordan, Williams, and Toyota, suggests that Mercedes may have more room for development compared to Red Bull and their RB19. This advantage could enable Mercedes to steadily reduce the deficit and pose a significant challenge to Red Bull's supremacy. However, the potential for further progress is also influenced by the financial limitations imposed by the cost gap era in Formula One. Schumacher recognizes that the extent of Mercedes' upgrades for 2023 will depend on the remaining budget they have at their disposal. In his column for Sky Germany, Schumacher expressed, "Mercedes has the best chance to annoy Verstappen here and there as the season goes on. The new car is now young and fresh, which means there is potential for improvement. The question is how much money Mercedes can allocate for further development. I believe there is still more potential compared to Red Bull. There will also be updates. I can imagine that we will soon witness thrilling races at the top once again." So, what does this sudden surge in Mercedes' performance mean for Aston Martin? After the race, Fernando Alonso expressed concern about Aston Martin due to the improved pace of Mercedes. Alonso stated, "They are fast. They are a concern for us. They have been all year long. They are very consistent drivers as well. Ferrari has a very fast car, but they seem to score only with one car or have more trouble in the race. But Mercedes is always there, so they are a very tough competitor." During the closing stages in Barcelona on Sunday, Alonso found himself closely trailing his teammate Lance Stroll. However, he chose not to make any attempts to overtake his colleague on the track, since they already had a comfortable points tally and faced no imminent threats from other competitors. Nevertheless, finishing in P6 and P7 was a decline compared to their previous performance throughout much of the season. Alonso is optimistic about a reversal in their form when Formula One resumes in Montreal. "We didn't have the pace. I think we were not fast enough with the soft and not quick enough on the hards at the end. So, I don't think it was a thing on the strategy or anything. It was just a lack of pace today. Let's see why and try to get better for Canada," Alonso said. As the season unfolds, it will be exciting to witness how Mercedes leverages their resources and maximizes the potential of their W14 Challenger. We eagerly anticipate the exhilarating contest between Mercedes and Red Bull as both teams vie for supremacy on the Formula One grid. What are your thoughts on Mercedes' performance in Spain? Do you believe they are back? Let us know in the comments below. And as always, thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.